gain some skill points. Where's the scout here? I'm not going to do too many of these occasionally, though. She gained a level a while ago, and we didn't give her this attribute point, right? Beautiful 8 control points. She's up to 5, so she's going to start to rocket and bow skill. Hongard Castle's probably our next target, and maybe we sweep around to Joculan. Welcome back again, friends, to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. We're narrating and playing tonight, slightly inebriated. We have a drink or two. Our army looks pretty good. We suffered some injuries there, and fighting off that army just outside. But, you know, this big army might makes right? We're rolling right along here. Hongard Castle's the most obvious next target, and then just keep this army of 2,000 plus rolling through as Baron York tries to right the ship here. Let's go ahead and do a proper intro. Yeah. Welcome back again, friends, to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related. We are dedicated to this epic Vlandian campaign. Hopefully we can find some epic battles today for you fellas. I am narrating, slightly inebriated, and we're going to have another drink or two during the episode. We'll probably play for a couple hours here. My wife is out with friends, and so I get to command and drink at the same time here. Now, we just took Galend. We're starting to roll here. We're using all of our influence to keep this very large army. We've got all the companions right there looking good, right? She's looking especially good. We'll try to not be too crude tonight. We do have, some sensitive viewers here. Now, we do have a bunch of low-level troops at the bottom of the army, so it's not hardly a maxed-out army, but we're getting there, right? And these other armies that are with us, they should be leveling up too, right? We've had this army now for about a week, maybe six days, something like that, without losing, and that's been a rarity in this campaign. Now, it says it's rebelling at Galend, but the loyalty should go up pretty quick. Those citizens, well, they don't want to rebel with Baron York nearby. It would be mass execution time, and we got the vote for it, and of course we don't get it. We're not concerned about that. We've already got Ox Hall. We're hemorrhaging funds here. We have a lot of mercenaries, and this is a thing you'll see a lot of times in a campaign when you're getting your ass kicked. You're basically your lord, whoever's running things, Aserai in this case. They will call every single mercenary they can, and it's sort of a balancing thing for the game. Now, we are at war with these 3 same kingdoms. Aserai likes to declare war. It's been rather agitating for me, but the flip side for you guys is going to be action, right? Hopefully some epic battles today. Play for a couple hours here, and we'll see what we find. Defend Hongard Castle here. Now, our movement speed for such a large army is not too bad, right? We're moving around 2.2. I think this is about as large an army as you ever want to have in Bannerlord, right? At least from a speed perspective. Now, that's bad. The Aserai and the Sturgeons just made peace. We've been intermittently fighting with the Aserai and Northern Empire, but that might mean the Sturgeons are involved soon, too. And there is a lot of Aserai here, right? In fact, there's 600 looters right outside the city or right outside the castle as well. So we can call a few more armies, but look at this. I want to highlight this. Look at the troops. Vlandian recruits 77, 33 squires. The whole army is trash. And this has been the case because we keep losing. This is the disadvantage, of course, in Bannerlord, the snowball effect. Ours is, we're part of the snowball we're getting rolled up on. Now, we're starting to level up here, but I don't even want to call those armies to the army here, right? Those guys are literally just going to slow us down. A bunch of recruits complaining about how slow. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Is there battle yet? Shut the fuck up. I'm the commander. I'll tell you when there's battle, and you guys are first in. Now, this dipshit is fighting looters. So before we defend Hongard here, we're going to have to defend this guy against all these looters. This continues to be a really interesting part of the campaign. Of course, this is with the mod. I wanted this because it creates carnage. If you have a smaller army, these looters will capture you. I saw 1,700 looters a couple hours ago. It wasn't today, it was yesterday when I was playing. So we are going to have 2,500 here. But look at the force there, right? It's 3,000. There could be reinforcements. Baron York is done fucking around here. We've got just enough influence to maintain this army, and now, of course, we have to have victory, right? Losing when you have this much influence put into an army is like putting all of your money on one of those meme coins, and it turns out the next day it was just fraud, right? Which, by the way, all those fucking meme coins are fraud. almost an identical tally here. We had a battle on this battlefield. I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago, but it came down to like the last 10 troops. I want to say it was part of the Patreon episodes. We had 10 or 12 episodes that are only on Patreon that are the beginning of this beginning of this Vlandian campaign. And that's for our Patreon supporters. Never mind all that. We've got to jump into battle here. Sometimes it gives you a setup, other times it doesn't. So I'm looking both at their troops and trying to sort. I can actually sort my troops now without looking at my fingers. I've done this so many times. And 1st and 3rd is infantry, 2nd and 8th is cavalry, 4th, 5th, 6th is archers, and then the 7th is just a little pathetic horse archer division. We'll probably use that for something later. Let's take a defensive stance here because it does look like they're closing. 312, they're definitely closing. We're going to try to hold these hills here, and maybe we can advance to the river there. Now we're going to try to flank the enemy on our right flank, right? We're going to try to put archers, cav, and this other 3rd division, which is infantry. Hopefully we can bore into the enemy as they attack our center. Very simple tactics here. Of course, the formations are key. And now we scope the rest of this battlefield. What do we have to play with here? We've got a double ridge. It looks like there's some rocks right ahead of that ridge. That might be a good spot to put archers. There's a bunch of trees. This is a really dynamic battlefield. The creators of Tale Worlds did an outstanding job with the battlefields. Huge variability, all kinds of trees and water and shit, just like real life. And it makes for a tactical ecstasy, right? Now we're going to plug this side up over here for sure. That way they can't circle. All these horse archers, all these Jav Cav trying to circle on our... We're not going to let most of them. Now those are pure horse archers. And they have fucking cons guards in there. Man, that's nasty. Let's give them a cav division to work with. Take a look at this right side here. I narrate and play okay, inebriated. I find that if I have like one, I actually play better, I think, than normal because my nerves go away, right? I get nervous just like anybody else. Guys are like, how do you play and narrate so calmly? It's barely contained, right? And you guys, sometimes you can hear when I'm nervous. So there's nothing to attack here on our right flank, so we'll just roll up the center, and this is why. All of their units are jammed here in the middle, and we've got a nice meat grinder there. Their archers are kind of hapless. They've got Fiend champs, of course, and this is one of the amazing themes of this campaign, too. Seems like every army, and these guys are just trained on me. Fuck you, Fiends. It seems like every army is just almost all tier 5 and 6, and they have the best of every troop, right? It's just gnarly. We do have a nice flanking pinch on them here. We're keeping our archers protected. That's critical. We're getting levels. We're stabbing guys. Now this 2nd division I've just held back here in reserve. Might as well engage at this stage. There's not much to kill, or at least not much to do other than just throttle the middle here. So in we go. Baron York's going to be busting out his two-hand sword here quite a bit tonight. We'll see if my narration starts to suffer. I'm a very happy, friendly drunk, so maybe it's hard for me to kill people when I'm drunk. Some guys are angry drunks. I'm not a fan of angry drunks, right? You're angry and irresponsible at the same time. Not a good combination. Man, these guys are fucking all over me. This guy's trying to poke me and shit. He did poke me, you fucking asshole. We do have the center plugged up pretty well, but the death spam looks pretty mixed. They just have a tough force. There's only so much you could do here with tactics. I'm eyeballing this lower area back here. We might pull all the way back, right? We'll see what this looks like eventually. There's an upper ridge there that would function as a peekaboo ridge. If things start looking ugly here, I'm going to keep that in mind. But let's not give up on this position yet, right? We've got these archers overlooking the river. Of course, our crossbow is running out of ammo immediately. I'm whiffing with my spear. Hopefully I can get dialed in here. I'll probably have another drink between battles. Or if we get chucked into a dungeon. It always feels nicer to be in a dungeon when you got a cold drink. I don't even know why I bother. These lords are indestructible. She's running away from me anyways. And I feel a little bit out of sorts. We do F1, F3 here before we try to come up with a plan here. see here. I've got a lot of archers coming in and reinforcements. This army full of lords had a whole bunch of levy crossbows, so they're going to start leveling up. Pretty soon we'll have some pretty good archer divisions. Not Baron York's choice. He wants meatheads. But these enemy lords, you know, they do their own thing. You can't control, or these allied lords, they feel like the enemy. Fucking Aserai is the enemy. Now, it's very ugly right now, but this happens when you're reforming. Right? You just have to get used to that as a commander. My own fucking guys are getting in my way here. I got these divisions fucking mixed up. Damn it. We've got a nice flank up there, right? And they have elevation. I think that's going to pay dividends. And move up this infantry division, get these archers right at the edge here. I've got a cav division I'm just pulling around. But it's strange, the enemy's completely focused on our center and ignoring our right. I mean, my grand plan was to flank the enemy, right? And sweep the enemy aside, and they're not participating. Maybe my tactical edge is a little bit inebriated. Now our troops are coming in way to the left, and that might be part of the reason that the enemy is being drawn that way, right? I wanted the enemy to come to our right. Instead, they're sweeping left. It's not good AI. I mean, it's not like it's designed to do this and try to essentially ignore our flank. That's what a good human player would do. But in this case, the AI is just, you know, they're drawn to where your troops are coming in. We've got an archer division with some companions still left. Love to see that, right? The death for all is cranked, so you that have companions and characters named in this campaign, rest in peace, right? They're not going to last very long, or at least they shouldn't last very long. It's miraculous that Baron York hasn't died. He's got to be in his 60s now. I think he's low 60s. We'll see if we can keep it going. Now we have a good flank here, and we're picking them off like two at a time. It's been a very messy battle. This has not been my best tactical performance here, but I think it's enough. Of course, in the after editing, you guys are going to notice the power bar disappeared. That flank is pouring over, but the enemy actually has a bunch of archers in the water, which is like advantage them, right? Because they're hard to get to. Archers in the water are actually a good thing, right? You guys, when you're playing, put your archers in the water sometime. It's very effective. And this shit, I just don't dig. I feel like everything I've done so far has been not so terrific. And when you're having a battle with lots of death and you can't come up with a good plan, and this is really bothering me, our reinforcements are coming way behind us and towards our left, right? I want our troops to come in over here. They're not, though. So we can drive these guys in here and sort of help these infantrymen, a little hammer and anvil. But sometimes in a battle, your plans just go awry, right? I've talked about that all the time. You got to have a contingency plan. You got to be able to adapt, right? So I just hit a second gear. It's almost like the sugar and the alcohol just hit my brain. Let's pick up the pace here. Let's do a little hammer and anvil. Not real effective, but we'll use it. See, these guys are being scorched by the enemy archers in the water. Let's pull back. I know this is risky. We're going to lose a lot of troops when we start pulling back here. We might even pull over that ridge. We can make a C-shaped formation in this little valley. You see this valley here where there's a small opening? If we get a V of archers, both sides of that, with infantry divisions on both sides of that, we'll have nasty angles for these archers. A little bit of kiting will be sooner to our troops here. Get fucking moving, dudes. Closer to our reinforcements, of course, gives us a better chance of immediately getting those guys into action. The enemy's still pouring in, no end in sight. I mean, what was it, 2,800 versus 2,800, right? Epic battles are the order of the day on this channel. With these mods, man, we're just going to have, you can almost count on here on out. There might be an occasional smaller battle, but there's going to be a lot of epic battles. If you don't like epic battles, well, the good news is there's dozens of good content makers of Bannerlord that have battles of 200 versus 300. Lots of stuff like that out there. And, you know, of course, we've had some of those battles early in this campaign. Now we're to the big boys, right? The kiddie game is down the street. And it's time to separate the men from the boys. This campaign will do that too, with all these fucking gnarly companions and characters that we're facing. We might have outdone our ability in this campaign. Man, I just feel like a slow slug here. It's almost like my character is inebriated. I can't throw javelins. I can't use my spear. I run into trees. Tactically, I feel a little off. We've got 400 archers. The angles here are shit. I've got so many crossbow, I don't know what to do with them. I think we just pull back and pull off a peekaboo ridge. It makes more sense to do it on the left than the right though, because that's where our reinforcements are coming from. So let's do a little risky maneuver here. Right? This is, again, we're going to suffer a lot of losses in the next 60 seconds here. But it's time to fucking get these guys out of dodge here. I'm fucking all clogged up. This is net negative for us here, right? This just feels like shit. Our troops are getting slaughtered. There's no tactical edge here, and I'm not thrilled about it. Right, let's pull back. Look at this ridge right here. This is juicy, and this is where our reinforcements are coming from. Let's put up 2 or 3 big divisions in this valley here. They're going to be spread all over the place, and anything that comes over that ridge is going to get lit on fire. The death spam's going to look bad for a while. Don't panic, fellas. That's because we're moving everybody back. Another 20 or 30 seconds of agony, and it'll be all better. In fact, this is like credit card. Make sure you pay that shit. It's painful to pay it off, but in the long run, it'll pay off. I've got infantry moving forward here. We can run 2 different divisions, 1 square and 1 sweeper division, so that as the enemy attacks a square, we can move it right to left and then sweep in behind. Right, we're going to sweep through the city here and kill all these Aserai. I'm finally starting to get some kills here. Put an infantry division square there. Let's split that. Let's get in the 6th. I wish I had a little bit more infantry. We have so many archers. We have 400 archers, or a crossbow at least. There's a lot of weak ones, but man, are they going to level up if we win this battle, right? We're going to have an elite archer crew. Look how many there are. That's 500. We have 500 archers. Now, they're not high level. But we're going to be able to distract. We have 106 cavalry here. Let's get a wall set up on our, this is our left side. And what that does is all these Aserai Ferris and archers, they're not really going to bother us that much anymore. We'll have a wall of protection over there. The square is covering the center. I'm moving infantry to our left to roll up the infantry that attacked this square. And we've got a savage peekaboo ridge here. Look at them coming over into murderous flaming bolts and arrows. This is going to work. It's at least going to be better than the disaster that was the beginning of this battle. Roll it up, boys. At flaming arrow time. They're still rolling in, too. Enemy is unperturbed. All right, square is getting swarmed. It's good. We like that. Let's charge with that infantry division. Pour in here with the cavalry. And look at those flaming bolts, right? They're attacking this square and being torched. It's a good thing there's no friendly fire, or I'd be a dead man. And the death spam just fizzed green as the enemy gets immolated here. Probably your simplest and most successful tactic will be squares at a peekaboo ridge with archers spread in 2 or 3 different divisions. Devastating. These guys are actually too far back. 365 crossbow in that division. I wonder, you know what? These guys... Sometimes you just want to charge with these guys, right? Sometimes if there's a bunch of guys standing there holding their shield and they're not on hold fire, that means they're out of ammo, and you are better off charging. But what's good about what you want to do for that situation is you want to put those guys in a good position first, then charge. The guys with ammo will still be in that good position because they'll shoot, and the guys with no ammo, of course, will rush up. They become infantrymen. And we got this shit in hand now. We're chopping these guys down. The death spam is solid green. We're dragging cavalry around here to fucking overwhelm the enemy. And this battle is ours. Well, of course, the reinforcement mod, right? I've gotten used to saying that, and we've lost battles after I said this battle is ours. Do you see that shit? The reinforcements popped up right in our midst, right? That's how you win. Nice little advantage. Some guys might say cheese. I don't give a fuck. We're fighting incredibly difficult foes here. And both Baron York and me as a person gives no fuck about trolls. Under the circumstances here, we're going to use every single game mechanic that we can, right? Other than cheese, like straight cheese. Straight cheese would be like leaving the battle as soon as you're out of ammo with your archers here. But we're throttling these bitches here. Now I'm pursuing because I'm trying to make them rout, right? Sometimes when the enemy is reeling like this and they're trying to regroup, you're better off just going ballistic. And that'll cause the AI to say, fuck this shit. The death spam is bad. Basically, it's doing some calculations and saying, we can't win. We're being slaughtered. And I think that's going to happen here. They're still trying to kill me. It's a beautiful sunrise or whatever in like a blizzard setting here. We've got good slopes to put archers on here, so if they do turn, we're going to be able to rain in arrows, but this looks like routing behavior here. These guys they want to go back to their hovel, right? Their hovel where their pigs and their cow sleeps next to them. Takes a big fucking plopping shit at 2 in the morning. These guys are eager. They don't want any glory. No, they want to sleep next to their wife who hasn't brushed their teeth in 29 years. Cavalry's pouring in here. Let's get a flank on them. Let's just finish the fucking deal here. They have 100 cavalry over there. I'm just anticipating them turning. All of a sudden they could just charge. But those are archers rolling here. That's Baron York with the flying horse. Let's seal the deal here. They're coming back. They just charged too. You fuckers. You are dead. We're going to hold this ridge here. Look at this ridge. We've got cavalry on the flank. Our archers are in brilliant position. I hope they turn. We will slaughter all of them. We've got infantry and a cav line right at the base there. It's essentially a peekaboo ridge. To attack it, they have to run up and then expose all the infantry's faces to hundreds of crossbow bolts as our guys rain in flames above them. Man, that is spectacular, the lighting. These guys are lollygagging here. They are holding a line back there. I think some of the troops are routing and some are not. Let's hold ammo here and see what they do. I mean, we have a superior position. This is like having a chess match where in the first 10 minutes you take 2 bishops, a knight, and a queen. It's basically over already. We got little peasant militias here. Who told you to shoot, motherfucker? I said stand still. Baron York is still going to rule with fear. I don't know why he was doing that. I clearly positioned all the archers and told them to stand still and hold fire. Oh, you know what? That must have been one of the militias from the city. Look at this lord. He streams off the battlefield. You know, fucking coward. Come fight, you coward. Well, that's the sound of victory there, right? That's the villagers all saying, thank you very much for saving us. Even though you killed that militiaman of ours, you know, he was sallying out. Oh shit, the death is starting again. It's been kind of sporadic. It pops up. We had a battle against the Batanians. Of course, if you guys are following, you're aware of this. We had 12 deaths of nobles in one battle. But I've also had like 3 or 4 battles in a row with not a single death. Look at these guys. What are you fucking doing? These guys are turning to get chopped into pieces. Fine. Baron York will kill peasants. In fact, you know, it's time for war crimes. We got a few war crimes left in this episode as our peasants. The garrison is what's happening. So that poor militia I killed, or that Baron York killed, I didn't kill anybody. I'm a good guy. That was a guy that just sallied out of the city, and no deaths critically, right? We're gaining levels. These companions right before this, I don't know if I'll include it. One of our archers, we got her to 8 control points and 5 focus on her archery, so she's going to be nasty. She's nice to look at. Never hurts to have a nice gal to look at. And a huge amount of beautiful troops, just what the doctor ordered. The Baron York train, choo-choo, right? It's time to roll on here. I got to get a drink, so we're going to break off here briefly. And we're going to have prisoners leave. But that was fucking fantastic. Totally demolished 3 Aserai forces. And on we go, right? There's just this one little guy. Chase him. Kill him. Okay, he's fleeing for the hills here as our forces come after him. He's captured. Come with us, you dipshit. In fact, I'm not even going to bother. We'll let those guys get their beat. Now, decision time, right? We could go to Jacqueline. We're at war up north, right? So I'm a little concerned about Oxhall. But when you have this big of an army, one of the biggest things is attack the local target, right? Strategically, the reason is kind of simple. And I think she gained, yes, she did. So 228 bow skill. We always want more arrows in the quiver, right? These long battles, I mean, you're just expending a lot of ammo. So here we go. Let's do Sargit. This should be quick, although we're entering the Lion's Den here, right? That was a small force of Aserai. We're probably going to find bigger ones, and we're kicking the hornet's nests. But how beautiful is this, right? We're starting to roll up the map. Don't call it a comeback, although that's definitely what it feels like. Now, this city is very lightly defended, and our army's juggernaut, right? We just got a bunch more upgrades. We suffered a lot of losses in those last 2 battles. But overall, like a lot of injuries and not too many deaths. We still have, you know, almost 1,800 troops. So we're sipping some beverages here. We're going to blow through this real quick. In fact, my narration will probably suffer. We're just barely able to maintain the influence for this Juggernaut force, but it's working, right? We're having success. And so when you're having success, don't upset the apple cart, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. And what do we got going on here? There's two different armies coming, and one of them is Sturgia. So thanks, Aserai, for declaring war on Sturgia. Now we get, I can't tell if they're coming here. One of them says traveling, the other one says he's sieging. Here's the thing, if we siege and start the city siege, they'll come in behind us. We've got the kind of army to make a stand. We're healing up pretty rapidly. We do have about 100 really weak troops at the bottom, but we've done a lot of upgrading. And sometimes you just got to make a stand, right? This is a situation where, fuck it, this guy's traveling. One of them's going to besiege, but he's coming right by us. He's going to attack us. I think it's likely that we're going to get... Oh, shit. Traveling to Jacqueline to defend. We got a problem here. 22. We can't fight all this. I almost never do this, but we got to run. I don't know if we can get away. Thanks, LRI, for aggravating the Sturgeons as well. Let's see, at least if we can avoid combat with all three. That Sturgeon force is boring in now. This guy's dead. If we can't get out of here... Speaking of dead, Swen Forkbeard was just killed in battle, right? That was one of the elite Sturgeon units. They get killed too. It's not like... like Ragnar is invulnerable. Now, that Sturgeon force didn't join, but with the reinforcement system, it's very likely. So we're up Schitt's Creek here. This is a problem. We're outnumbered. Thank you, Aserai, you dipshit. It's almost like he sabotaged us here. We can handle the Aserai. We should be able to win this battle, though who knows. There's other Aserai armies nearby, and it's a brutal battlefield. Not much to be gleaned here from a tactical perspective. I fucking hate all the trees. It's snowing. You guys probably can't see shit, but we're not safe scumming, right? We're playing it. It's like the golf saying, right? You got to hit it where it lays or whatever the fuck, where they got to hit it off some guy's foot or a tree branch. We're going to play these as they come up. Now, there is a ridge here, so maybe we can use that to funnel and trap on the ridge, right? We can do a combination of a peekaboo ridge and a blitz on that ridge. I think that'll work. I mean, we got to hope it works. Let's see what these divisions look like. Apologies for this. I don't know why our divisions keep getting mixed up. So the next 60 seconds here while I clean this up, I'm going to describe a few of the strategies we're going to employ here. First is a bracketed center. A bracketed center essentially means archers that spread out towards the back of our army, while our two different flanking forces towards the center open up basically a shooting hole for the enemy. Basically, think about it, making a funnel for the enemy with your various different troops, right? With the square, with the 2nd and 3rd Division, we'll probably put over here on the left. And then, of course, a peekaboo ridge, right? We're going to hold that ridge, at least on reinforcements. We'll see what it looks like, and we'll see what the enemy does here. It's not a very long ridge, right? It's only maybe 150 yards wide. It's possible they'll come around the edges of it. So we'll just have to see what happens here. And I'll walk you guys through, you know, sort of some of my thoughts here. In fact, let's get another drink, right? When you're winning. Bottoms up, fellas, right? When you guys are winning. I'm a very happy drunk, and evidently I'm a tactical drunk, right? We can still get it done here, although we haven't really faced a juggernaut opponent. If the Sturgeons engage here as well, I don't think we can win this battle, but we'll see. We could really use a series of wins. Baron York seems to get a win or two, and then he loses, especially with the reinforcement system. We did change the reinforcement system, right? And these fucking trees. If Baron York is successful and takes over these lands, we're going to cut down most of these trees. It's not that I hate trees. In fact, I love trees. I'm a gardener. But for combat, they're fucking miserable. You guys can't see. Your fucking horse runs into them. It's fucking obnoxious. Now, I hear him roaring and yelling, but I can't see shit. There's snow. The hill is really steep here. I got to be careful not to fall off of this. I'm seeing double. Remember that amazing scene in Tombstone where he's like, he can't shoot. He's seeing double. I got 2 guns for each of you. And he's twirling his little liquor cup. It's so fucking badass. If you young kids haven't seen Tombstone, it's a classic. Slapping the shit out of Billy Bob Thornton. I don't want to ruin too much, of course. It's loosely based on Wyatt Earp, but it's fucking great. And the dearly departed Val Kilmer is amazing in Tombstone. It's probably his best role. Doc Holliday. I'm your Huckleberry. All right, the enemy is going around here, which fucking sucks. Fucking with my plan here, especially when I'm drunk. These guys are making me think, and not enough oxygen is reaching my brain for me to think here. So we're going to go ahead and just try to hold this left here. We've got the 7th and 8th. These guys are married. It's infantry and cavalry, a classic shield and shock strategy. We're holding that flank here. Notice this guy got dropped. The Sturgeons are joining. We're fucked. Wow, that just means we need to be wildly successful here. Kill that guy. My face is vibrating. My wife says that when my face is vibrating, it's no longer time to drive. Of course, I never drive, even slightly buzzed. I really discourage that, and as a firefighter, I can tell you fellas, I've seen the results of people who think they haven't had too much. Not good. Very, very much not good. I'll tell some stories sometimes, maybe not now, in the battle of our lifetime here. All right, they're very slowly coming up, but they're not taking the ridge. They're kind of peeling around to our right. We're going to have to adapt some tactics here for this, right? They're basically fucking with my plan again. We just had that miserable battle on the river where I didn't really do what I wanted to do. We saved that with some late tactics, but here we've got to come up with something a little bit more effective. So let's confront them with the square here. Let's pull back our forces towards our archery corps here. The 2nd and 3rd Corps is ready to roll the enemy up here, right? The 2nd and 3rd married just like the 7th and 8th. These guys can form a shield and shock division. We can bore in with these guys when the enemy attacks our square, and we can still bracket the enemy here, right? We can use that 1st Division just holding in a shield wall at an angle with 150 crossbow. Should be pretty effective. We don't have the same amount of crossbow we just had in that battle 20 minutes ago, but I think it'll still be effective. I think that's because most of our crossbow are low level. So maybe once we get some deaths here, we'll get more crossbow. Baron York is embracing his two-handed side, right? Especially when you got a full health bar, right? Just cut some guys down. He swings fast. He can handle a few blows here. We've got a decreased taken melee attack banner. All right, let's run these fucking archers over. They got a bunch of fucking sharpshooters and champs, of course. Let's stampede these guys with cavalry, bore into the enemy on their right. We're torching the center here, and it's a maelstrom. Look back there. Look at our crossbow is completely unmaligned, just firing into the back of the enemy here. So much of Bannerlord is protecting your archers and attacking the enemies. Look at the enemy's archers. They're in here getting fucking swarmed and slashed. That's a recipe for success. Our guys can now charge. Not to get delegate command. We're fat fingering shit, no surprise. Oxygen is not reaching the brain at the level it should be. And we've got a giant scrum here. They've got a bunch of elite troops. We've got to be successful with these first couple rounds here because Sturgeons are going to be entering the picture here. We've got a beautiful wall here. Charge those boys. The death spam looks great. And part of that's because the enemy has no archer support. Their archers got caught up in the melee. And we have a tough army, right? We've been upgrading now. This is Baron York's 3rd major battle with this army. We're starting to get some levels. We're starting to get a little confidence. Starting to snowball a little bit. That's good. We devastated that first wave. Let's reset here. Right, you get a feel for the waves even when you're drunk, right? You basically devastate 800-900 of the enemy forces, and then you know there's a little calm because, of course, reinforcements have to come in, right? Get up. Oh, shit. Some guys slash the fuck out of me. Drive-by slashing. Yeah, see, we hold the line here. 1st Division is perfect for a bracketed fucking defense here. We've got reinforcements coming in. The 2nd Division is mixed cavalry and archers. I gotta focus more here. Let's get some oxygen into those fucking brain cells. You know, playing drunk doesn't mean we're just gonna throw the fucking campaign away, right? I wouldn't play inebriated. I'm not drunk, but I wouldn't play, although I'm seeing double. I wouldn't play like this if I didn't think we could win still. I am taking this shit serious, fellas. I know some guys are really rooting for us. I'm not like letting you guys down, or at least I'm not trying to. I think we could pull this off. It might even work out, right? I'm quite buzzed. I'm maybe a little bit over buzzed, but I think we can make this shit work. Let's get infantry in a bracketed center here. The 3rd Division is starting to pour in cavalry, so we can use them intermittently to charge. We've already smashed one wave, right? We can protect our right flank here with the cav line, just spread it out and put it in shield wall. Their infantry is kind of coming up around the corner slow here. Those guys are fucking dead. There's death spam somewhere. Anytime you see death spam somewhere, investigate. Try to figure out what the fuck's happening. They got horse archers here. Shoot these fuckers. There's a fucking lord. Eat shit, Jalfar. You got a fucking spear right in the face. Oh shit. Didn't mean to get off my horse. We're drinking and driving here. In fact, let's get a sip. Spread out the 2nd Division. Let's see if we fuck this up. Don't drink in command, friends. I don't know what I did. They set the 8th in a... Okay, the 8th's in a good line. That's good. That's going to work. Sometimes I fat finger stuff when I'm holding the mouse with one hand and fucking pushing buttons with my left hand. Drinking. We're multitasking tonight, right? You guys got to allow for a little bit of R&R. We're working hard on this campaign for you fellas. Sometimes you got to have some fun. You got to have a little relaxation. We just lost Eugene Leaf. Ate shit. He's going to be a leader. Eugene Leaf is going to be one of the guys that we depend on in the future. Haven't really talked about the companions much, especially while there's a little bit of a lull. The enemy seems to be grouping reinforcements up. Although these horse archers keep on peppering us. Let's try to ambush them on the way out here. Look at our shock troops trying to slash them. Kill these horse archers. Fucking shooting us. Oh shit, they just charged. Why would they do that? We like it, you charge. Good. Charge right into our fucking falcons. Oh, they have infantry pouring over here in a long snake-like formation. I wonder if they're constricted by the terrain. Well, that's even better for us, right? Because that means that they're compacted in there. Let's start forming some lines back here. I'll get back to Eugene Leaf later on here. Look at what we got going on here. I don't know if you friends can see this shit. The enemy's constricted towards the center there in a big long snake formation. These fucking trees. Get the fuck out of my way. We're going to be able to flank the fuck out of them with archer fire. This is going to be nasty. The enemy archers are completely bound up. I mean, our infantry's mowing their way towards them. And we're going to be able to flank. Fucking delicious. Once these guys get set up, give and take 30 seconds, the enemy's going to be peppered to pieces and shattered. This fucking battle is all but over. Now, I haven't seen any Sturgeons, right? So they joined, but it's curious they haven't entered the battle. It might be that there's so many Aserai forces, so to speak, ahead in the queue that they're not even showing up here. But we're going to flank the fuck out of this force here. I've got a cavalry division. The 2nd is ready. The 7th is ready. And we're going to bore right the fuck in here, close off their retreat, pinch them from the side. And hopefully those archers are in good position by the time we make those attacks here, because this is going to be savage. Come on, boys. Let's go. I'm going to drive right into the side of these archers before they can shoot. Look at him trying to set up. Yeah. Welcome to cavalry charging in your face, boys. Just trampling the shit out of them. These guys can't shoot, and they have infantry roaring in on them. Beautiful. Let's blow these guys off the ridge. Let's take this ridge, in fact. Let's get up here and take this ridge. There's not many troops set up. Let's get all our troops, just rush up here, smash everything that's left, and we should be able to take control of this ridge and then start shooting down on the enemy as they come in. Yeah, I see you trying to shoot me, bitch. They're still peeling in, but look at that death span, right? Just fizzes green as our forces melt theirs. It's been a brutal battle, and I know you guys probably aren't thrilled about the... I hate it more than you guys, I think. The fucking trees everywhere, and these little tiny trees that would never stop a horse. It would just break that tree. The fucking things are all over the place. But at least we were tactically successful in that exchange. I mean, it's been a whipping, basically, so far. Now we're starting to peel around the ridge here.
Hear me! Keep your ground!
These archers are just click, 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 click. They're a little late to get set up, but now it's just a fucking death fizz, right? These guys are flat on the enemy's right flank, just fucking shredding them. Now they're sending cavalry, but these are low-level cavalry. We must be near the bottom of the barrel here. In fact, that guy, there was a little stutter, and he just started running. I wonder if the enemies had enough. Trees. Let's bore in here with cavalry, try to blow this enemy off the battle map. We've got archers set up beautifully on our left flank. All these guys that are popping up here, reinforcements and whatnot, are going to get smoked. Got a beautiful infantry line just smashing through the center of theirs. They have infantry over here, but I think that's routing. These guys are straight running, fucking right to left. The typewriter formation, these guys are routing. Now their cavalry's still trying to attack, so we got to continue to push down this hill and set up archers on that ridge. But we've got a severe advantage in tactical position here. We're now fucking flanking them with archers. These guys are set up. The cavalry charges in here, and they're just going to fucking melt. Let's get a cav division here that I can have follow. We got companions racking up kills still. I fucking love it. Let's do some war crimes. Drunken war crimes. I see peasants trying to flee. Oh, he's not trying to flee. He's trying to fight. Kill these fucks. Not terrible for being drunk. We still smashed a large Aserai force. It's interesting. There's no sign of the Sturgeons. I swear I saw them join the battle. Maybe it was just a single Sturgeon army, but I don't know if I ever saw Sturgeon blue in this battle. Really interesting. But it's definitely a wartime o'clock here. Baron York does not like fleeing troops, his own troops or otherwise. We're going to kick some guys here. There's peasants to kill. Yeah, run, everybody run. You guys don't get to run. Not with Baron York at the helm. We're going to whirligig our fucking way through you guys. In fact, I need someone to kick. You're a good volunteer. Nah, you get kicked a couple more times, dude. Have one right in the face. And Baron York is very happy. Couple big victories in a row here. Now, the Sturgeons remain to be seen. I presume they'll be outside this battle because they did not join. That was strange. I swore... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, only Eugene Leaf is from our army, but man, that's a lot of death. I think a couple of those are the Aserai. Well, and we haven't had a lot of death this campaign, but it seems like it's picking up. I haven't changed the settings. It's weird. You'll get 5 battles with no deaths, and then a battle with 5 deaths. It's the random nature. Actually, that's a little bit like the nature of calls at a firehouse. For anybody who ever wonders, 246 troops. All right, it's going to take me a hot minute to sort through this, so we'll talk about our fire station, the calls we get here on a regular basis, and we'll probably do a little bit of editing here just so you don't have to watch. I mean, we could share troops here, but I don't think it matters, right? Unless they run away. If they run away, we'll share troops here, but I imagine we're going to get attacked. We're fucking surrounded by hostiles. In fact, let's get into the city here. If we can get into the city, then we can... I
think your luck has run out.
Well, our luck has run out here. Time for another sip. We're just going to keep drinking till we lose. These fucking other Aserai forces are going to join. Zuvan is here, as if it wasn't hard enough. The arch nemesis of Baron York, Zuvan, of course, the character from our deathmatch campaign. Probably haven't played that campaign in over a year. Look at this guy, too. This guy is the son of Wazuban, right? Friends of the channel might recognize him from the Aserai campaign. So the gang's all here. Now we outnumber them, but we've got a lot of weak troops. We've got fucking recruits. I bet some of those nobles picked up some of those looters. There was a lot of looters in that prisoner batch. Of course, we didn't bother. We're not taking any looters. But we did take, you know, a bunch of forest bandits and other mediocre troops. We'll take them, right? 3 troops. Baron York's got 400 troops, which is wild. Of course, it's temporary, right? We get deserters, but since we're flung right into battle here, we'll take it, right? This is going to be gnarly. Zuvan, of course, if you need a refresher, is a juggernaut character. He's a created character for this campaign, and his army is juggernaut, right? Not just his character, but his army is juggernaut. We gave him artificially high stats, and his army gets extra hit points. I mean, it's just going to be nasty. So, same battlefield, but different tactics here, right? I'm already thinking of a kill box. It's probably going to be 400 Varangians. I didn't look real close. And this is a very bad terrain for a kill box, but that's our best chance for a victory here. This would be really bittersweet to lose this after these other 3 victories. All right, let's do some assessing here. I've got a ridge. We can tuck the 2nd and 3rd. They can be kind of behind that, right? I didn't see the archers, but Zuvan always seems like he has a bunch of Fiend champs with him. He's a smart commander, right? Of course, you guys all, if you're playing with unfettered rules, you guys have Fiend champs. They're deadly. We don't have many or any. Baron York's not using them. He fucking hates Britannia. Now we've got 4 archer divisions, right? The 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And the 7th has a few infantry. That's because we're going to try to circle the enemy with that 7th, and I want them to be able to charge in a pinch. And then we're going to try to hold that line with that 1st division. The 2nd and 3rd back there, that's basically shield and shock. You'll see me flank with that all the time. Always a winning strategy. Whether it's on infantry, cavalry, archers, it's a dynamic strategy. Shield and shock is one of the best strategies in Bannerlord. All right, they're bringing up a huge vanguard, and look at that shit. It's like all Fiend champs. They don't have... Do you have any archers that are not Fiend champs? You cheating motherfuckers. And this is just a function of the strength in AI. Of course, the Sturgeons also have Battanian cities, right? Obviously, they have... I think they have Sainon, they have... I don't remember, but they have some Battanian cities, and so we're up against it here. A whole bunch of Varangians and a shield wall. Let's start kiting here, right? We've got horse archers moving in. Of course, they have Khans guards too. They don't have enough good troops. Let's give them perfect army here. We're running simultaneously that perfect army series. It actually feels like a perfect army we're fighting here. Varangians, Fiend champs, Khans guards, Banner Knights. Yikes! Shit, we got a kite. Get back 4th and 1st. I might have been late there. My reflexes are a little slower than normal, of course, because I've had a couple drinks. Let's truck them, though. This 2nd and 3rd are in beautiful position. The enemy's ignoring them. Let's bore in here. 2nd and 3rd here, just straight in on the enemy. The death spam looks bad, but that's going to change. Look at this. These archers here are way too close to the infantry. We can kite. And behind me is angry cavalry and our shock troops. Bring them in. Shit, they are moving fast. Of course, these Varangians, even in a shield wall, move fast because they have a lot of athleticism. I think it's 230 or 270 or something like that. It's incredible. You almost can't outrun them on a battlefield. And that's, you know, of course, in a shield wall, they're a little slower. They're starting to fishball a little bit here. That's what we need, right? We've got to kite these guys. We've got to kill box a little bit here. Over here, where'd the fuck the Fiend champs go? I lost sight of them. You don't want to lose sight of those Fiend champs. We've got to relocate them. For now, that 2nd and 3rd could just charge. I didn't mean to have our infantry engaged, but they can hold a shield wall and basically just try to hold the enemy at bay there while we kite with other archer divisions. Okay, they left them largely alone. Shit, the enemy's spreading. Here's their Fiend champs. Let's bring the 2nd and 3rd behind the enemy. That way we can try to get cav and shock troops on these Fiend champs. It's critical that we keep them busy. The 7th is in beautiful position. It's back here just spraying the enemy with arrows. How beautiful is this? Shooting right in the enemy's back. So we have sergeants in front of the enemy there and 2 crossbow divisions behind him. And a shield and shock division also moving in behind here. This is setting up pretty wicked. 2nd, 3rd, get over here, boys. We're not letting these fucking Fiend champs win the day for them. They're switching to melee, which is interesting. Get in here, boys. And then as soon as they're close, right, give them hell. These crossbow are just scorching the enemy from behind. More enemies are approaching. What the It's not hard enough. We get more enemies approaching. Alright. Infantry division's holding. The 2nd division is reinforcements. Let's position them back here. I'm trying hard to focus, fellas. Those fucking lords over here trying to kill us. The 2nd and 3rd are boring in and suffering losses. The 1st is holding in. We've got them bound up pretty well. It's not a kill box, but it's similarly effective. They're surrounded and they're getting pounded from behind. Those crossbow, let's get them point fucking blank here, shooting bolts like 20 feet from these fucking Varangians. Just shoot them right in the back. They're mortal. We just gained a level. Fucking beautiful. And those are the kind of EXP points you get from just never-ending huge battles. People think you can't reach level 50 in Bannerlord. Shit, we've had a level 55 character. Zuvan was level 55. Let's bring these guys closer. This is just a surround and drown situation. Right? When you have the enemy penned up like this, don't let them regroup. Don't let them retreat. Just cut everything down here. Look at these guys. They're just straight facing a line of sergeants. And our troops are wailing away from the flanks. Crossbows, you know, they're not great at melee, but they're adequate. These guys eventually are going to die. God, they're hard to kill. They're still killing a lot of our troops. Thank you, Isaac, for this great mod. Again, we're trying to post it in every episode. I may forget. But this mod with the ultra difficult Sturgeon Tier 6 is a mod that a guy made basically for me, right? Custom made for our channel. Don't think I don't appreciate it, Isaac. I appreciate it. That's why we're pumping it up here mid-chaos. But these Varangians are what the Sturgeons should have been from the outset, right? And beasts, two-handed, shield, axe-throwing monsters. Everybody's afraid of Fiend Champs, and nobody's afraid of Dreadzinniks. Well, let's get this mod, and you'll be afraid. I'm afraid. We've got a ridge here. Let's use this shit. Look at this ridge. I don't know if you guys saw it. I just ran over it. So we can pull infantry back to this line. Archers in a big, long spray here. The 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th are actually in good shape, right? Because they weren't in melee until the very end there. That means we can use them. Because if you think this battle is over, you're wrong, right? Reinforcements are coming in. The death spam looks good. But we just can't throw up your hands and say, oh, the battle's won, F1, F3. These are not your normal foes, right? We're doing major damage to these guys, and they just come back, right? So let's continue to tactically play really well. Let's pull infantry back to the line here. Look at that hill. That's beautiful. It's not a perfect peekaboo ridge, but it's really going to limit their archers' ability to participate. Meanwhile, ours will have full line of sight of everybody that comes over that ridge. We can also just set up all of this infantry with crossbow support. Why is it in a circle? There we go. We can support it with cav, crossbow, and we'll have a line of infantry. Suffering losses, you know, on the pullback, but you guys have heard me talk about this before, right? This is short-term pain for long-term gain. You got to have some discipline here. We've got reinforcements probably too. We've got at least another 500 troops behind us, I think. You never know. But the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th now become very adequate shield walls, right? A whole bunch of crossbow, sergeant crossbow, not sergeant crossbow, you know, sharpshooters. Very adequate. We just form some lines here right at the base of this hill. The hill is hard to see because it's covered with troops right now, but it's right here, right in front of us, right? Can you see this? The enemy has to come over that to hit our archers. Our archers can shoot them as soon as they come over, and when they come over, there's just going to be a line you know, Bismarck's blood and steel, right? There's just going to be a line of infantry, sharpshooters. Our archers are scorching their horse archers. It's beautiful. We'll see what comes over this ridge. More Varangians? I don't know. They have Aserai too, right? They're starting to come over. But what a position we have, right? Tons of archers just flaying them. And the death spam looks amazing. Even though they have all kinds of elite archers, these guys are getting flayed, shot in the face and shit. I can do a little work behind here. I mean, the death spam looks sensational. Look at these guys. They can't attack. They're like, I don't know what to attack. There's a line of fucking I think they just routed it, or at least they're reforming. Charge. Let's get forces up here and get aggressive on them. Let's get archers on their flank. Anytime the enemy moves is a great time to position a flank, right? We can just carve through these fucking forces. They try to regroup. Now they're charging. I don't know if I should pull back to the ridge. You want to fight, Lord? I'll fight. Is this your bodyguard? Your Sturgeon bodyguard? Let's do this shit. These fucking lords. No, she runs. It would be nice if lords were drawn to duel style. Alright, they have a bunch of archers here, but our infantry is going to fucking work through this. The death spam just turned really bad. Come on, boys. Push through this shit. God, that's a bad looking death spam. Come on, boys. Get up here. I wonder if our units are starting to get weaker. We've got this infantry line. Let's make a last press here. Charge with the first. That archer division that I repositioned, they should be shooting soon. These guys are just standing there. What division are you guys? Charge. The second division looks good. God, they've got a bunch of... Did that say reinforcements for us? I hope it's for us and not them. I don't know if we can have an enemy bore in on us. Charge with this division here. Spread them out even further here, and that second division can charge. Look at this shit. This is fucking beautiful. And the death spam is fizzing again. All those archers, it took a little bit for them to get set up, and then you could just hear them as 150 archers shoot their crossbow bolt, and look at the enemy melt. Beautiful. Now we've got scrubs in here, right? This push has to be successful because we have fucking looters. I think those are looters and or recruits coming into the picture here. Let's lead cavalry in front here. We have that archer division set up to the side here, so we should be able just to trample here before they get regrouped. Although this does not look like regrouping behavior. This looks like I've had enough, uncle. I hear routing. It's fucking beautiful. Their peasants are routing. And we were down to it. I think we were down to recruits. We still have a strong infantry line and some good archers, but if they didn't rout here, I don't know if we can win this battle. It would have been very close. Unless they're reforming, right? They're running in a very concentrated line here. You got to assume that they're reforming. They're trying to defend. This guy here, you're a volunteer for some Baron York abuse. Come here, motherfucker. Do some more kicking. Fucking little recruit, get kicked. I'd teabag him if it wasn't so fucking terrible. You young guys with the teabagging, sexually desecrating the dead. That's about as low as it gets. Of course, I understand. None of these kids understand what they're doing, but it's about as bad as it can get. Come back here, Lord. I've got a sword for you too. Yeah, come get some. Fucker. Oh shit, they just turned to fucking charge. I was worried about this. I wonder if they have reinforcements. Our cav can charge here and support me. I'm not worried about a bunch of little recruits here. Little guys with a hammer and shit. They got smashed by a banner knight. And Baron York said it fucking perfectly. Run while you can, you little hammer-wielding blacksmith. Come on, boys. Finish this battle off. This would be fucking 3 amazing battles. Now they're charging again. I don't know if they have more reinforcements coming up. I don't see a wave. Yeah, these guys are flat routing here. And that's all we had to do, fellas. We just had to get drunk to win with Baron York. Man, I mean, I played sober, and we got our asses kicked over episodes after episodes. We get a little bit fucking buzzed here tonight. Hopefully not too many F-bombs or fucking crass commentary and success, right? We're fucking butchering the Aserai. We've blown them largely out of Vlandian territory. And Baron York is ascendant, right? He is fucking starting to roll. War of the Four Powers, and Baron York is back to feeling like he's one of the 4 powers. And we do have recruits and raiders and looters here and shit. Look at these scrubs. Those are flat-on fucking bandits and looters. 1,000 troops we still had. That's amazing. Oh shit, another huge wave of death. Man. Well, it's none of you companions. You guys are, whether it's Marco or whoever, right? You guys are living on, but these battles are costly, right? There's fucking a lot at stake. 6 deaths in a battle. That could easily be us. We just took Zuvan and Wazuban's kid prisoner. Maybe we should execute him, right? And ramp up the difficulty even more. Make these guys enraged with us. Level 55. I think it's awesome. We were able to, basically, if you guys are curious, we just cloned him from our previous campaign and stuck him in this campaign, right? So he's running around. 330 weapon skill, 330 polearm skill. In fact, it's like we looted his equipment. We stole his nice arrows and his Ramphaya, or however you pronounce that shit, his polearm. Now, he had a custom weapon, but we'll just go ahead and roleplay that Zuvan in exchange for his future ransom, gave us his nice polearm there. So that's beautiful, right? Maybe Baron York will even try a swingable polearm at some point, even though he thinks that's for bitches. Success, though, man, that was exhilarating to have that kind of success. 3 or 4 battles in a row there. That third battle didn't really count, or that second battle was kind of small. But 3 major battles and a lot of success, right? So Baron York, the old saying, right? It takes confidence to succeed, and in order to succeed, you got to have confidence. Well, he's got both right now, right? I'm holding my fist up in the air like a drunk idiot. I'm gonna get a drink here, and we're feeling fucking pretty good, right? Fighting juggernaut opponents with modded units, and still successful here. Of course, if you want to see more from this campaign, friends, if you don't mind my drunken commentary, like once every 30 episodes, you guys want to subscribe. What else can I'm supposed to say here? I'm supposed to say hit that like button. It brings more people to the channel, right? So they can enjoy this epic shit. Please leave any comments, criticism. You can say, I don't like drunken Baron York. He's a dipshit. He swears too much or whatever it was. I'm quite buzzed right now, and I don't give a shit what you say. But when I'm sober, I'll somberly read over some of the negative criticism if you leave it. But ultimately, success is success, and I'm thrilled about that part. I'm sober enough to tell that we had success here. So, Baron York is starting to break out of his slump. The campaign is heating up. It's going to get gnarly. That is not the hardest battle we're going to fight. It's going to get gnarlier, friends. So, of course, you want to see more, you want to subscribe, you want to stay tuned. I've rambled on long enough here. I appreciate your support, fellas, and I will see you, friends, next time. Need to fuck another drink. Yeah.